Where Social Democrats are happy to support this motion, very strongly support it. I want to thank Chair Deputy Ward for bringing it forward and the independent group. It's absolutely, I think, one of the most important motions that will be brought forward in this Dáil term, because the situation that faces people across the country who are affected by defective blocks is one of two things. It is state failure and it's market failure. It's market failure because developers, builders who built these homes knew what they were doing. And where is the accountability? The state was responsible to ensure the building of homes were to decent quality, to a safe standard. The state failed. And as has been pointed out very clearly in this motion, this is not what the government have given so far. What they've set out is not redress. It is grants, and as again has been pointed out in many situations, are not even covering the cost, even coming near to covering the cost of the impact of the damage and what people are living in. These people who are living in these homes deserve redress. They need redress, and that is why the Social Democrats completely are backing this motion and will continue to support it, as I know Deputy Ward and others will continue to push through this Dáil term for them to get what they need and what they deserve. Is ceart déine é tíocht? Housing is a human right, but this government doesn't believe that housing is a human right. If you did, you would not allow this situation where people are living in unsafe homes, which are literally crumbling around them. Not only are they physically unsafe, they are damaging the health of the people who are living in them, particularly the mental health. And I wrote in my own book about a concept called chronic housing stress, chronic psychosocial strain that results from living in situations of prolonged periods of housing stress. And one of those areas is when your housing is substandard, whether it's mould, whether it's damp, whether there's a structural problem. And I quoted in it the research which showed that in those people who were affected directly by mica and pyrite, the survey of the families showed that 70% were suffering from anxiety, 65% had difficulty sleeping, 46% were affected by low mood, and 25% affected by depression. They called it a constant source of dread every day, a dark place where you cannot escape from the fear of what is to come. They don't feel secure in their homes, they feel trapped. They feel trapped. And this is absolutely unacceptable. And the notion of this grant, it's not a project or initiative that people are undertaking. It's vital repairs to homes that directly result from regulatory failure. And one of the most frustrating and annoying aspects of this is that it results from government failure, as I referred to earlier, the hands-off approach that allowed cowboy builders and cowboy developers to wreak havoc on these communities. But where is the accountability? Where is the forcing of those developers, some of whom are still in business today, and actually some of whom will be benefiting from the VAT cut that you've introduced in the budget? So builders and developers get VAT cuts, and what do the people whose homes are crumbling get? Grants that don't even cover the cost of remediating their homes. And don't think the people are stupid. They see it. They feel it. They see a government that gives VAT cuts to developers and builders but won't fund people's homes who is collapsing around them. We talk about inequality, and the Taoiseach, harps on about how he's all about, progressive society, and Fianna Fáil, it was always the party that had a social conscience. There's no social conscience in Fianna Fáil or Fine Gael when you have thousands of people whose homes are crumbling around them and they have no sense of where is the end point. Where is the point where I will be able to live in a home where my children will be able to wake up every morning not in the fear that the house is going to crumble around them. And that is something I've written extensively about and highlighted, is the impact of housing on children. The housing crisis, this is one aspect of it, one aspect of our 20-year housing crisis. The children don't understand. They can't conceptualise the same way as an adult who understands, okay, the house is physically unsound, we're doing what we can, it might not fall down tomorrow, it might fall down in a few weeks. The child can't understand that. They wake up every morning wondering, is this house going to fall down around me? Think of the impact on that child, the stress that they live in, and that actually impacts on how their brain develops. Because we know stress as children has lifelong impacts. And this government does not consider the children of those who are living in homes affected by pyrite, the children who are in homelessness, the children who are in hidden homelessness. We need a change in our approach to housing, and we need to treat it as a human right, and supporting 100% redress is the start of that.